Hey, what's up? So in last week's video, I watched the first 4 episodes of Castlevania Nocturne, and I have to say, I think it's a really strong start so far to what I think could be potentially a really interesting season. I'm really liking the characters so far, especially Annette. She's definitely my favorite. I just think her story is so fascinating, and I'm just so interested to see how they're going to carry out their plot lines and everything, especially with Annette and Edouard. I think their dynamic is really interesting, and I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen in the next 2 episodes. By the way, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hayes, and let's get right into this video. And we're starting with episode 5, The Natural Order. Jesus, okay. Oh yeah, he ran like a little bitch. This show is so beautiful. I'm just loving all of the shots in it, like is that water like CGI or like what's happening here? What? I don't know what they told the voice actors to be on with these crying scenes, but they're all like, I can feel it. I feel it in the very pit of my core. Oh, I'm loving the voice acting so far in this show.
It's deeper than I thought. Ouch! And it's only worked once. I can only do it on flesh wounds. I've been trying to teach myself bones, but you're brilliant.
Reason number 843 why Annette is the best character. Like, look at the material.
Wow.
I shudder to imagine what she's planning to do with it.
Am I supposed to care?
Still creating a little bit of space.
Tell me you're not going back to the Abbey. I don't need you to come with me. No, don't go. Please. I told Edouard come back for him.
Okay, but like, what's the plan?
The people with this mark, they're the people who know intimately how much freedom can cost. They wear it every day. So I do too.
I mean, honestly, I get it.
Terrify me. I'd never be free of it.
I do think you need a better plan than just going in by yourself, but like, I get where she's coming from.
Striking terror in the hearts of children, I see. Maybe you do things differently in the New World, but over here we don't feed off the wealthy. The locals will start to grumble.
My apologies. I didn't realize how invested you are in keeping the mortals happy.
I try. In between turning milk sour and stalking the nightmares of villagers. Where are you staying?
There's an inn on the other side. It's good.
She knows. She knows what's happening.
And
now those temples are half buried in dust.
Precisely. Look at all this.
Interesting.
Human lives are as long as
Interesting.
mayflies. We endure.
Not the disrespect.
When that abbey is in ruins, will we still...
They didn't see her there that whole time. That's my question. Oh my god, her power is so cool. How'd you get there? Weren't you just...
Last time I saw you, you were with that mulatto boy.
Last time I saw you, you were a flying rat. I haven't forgotten the way you cower before the Christian God.
Interesting. Because Dolce was interesting, so it depends on what the vampires believe, like what their weaknesses are, I guess. Yeah, rare to you too.
I'm sure you wake up some mornings with
Shut up! Why are you still talking? Just die.
restore all things.
What does that mean?
It means you can kill me, but Earthabet will never be defeated.
It always does. This is the natural order. Emmanuel.
Once you have razed this country to the ground, I wonder who will be left to rebuild.
People that actually give a damn about the other everyday people.
I'm building an army.
I'm fighting on the wrong side with vampires. I wish I never met you.
If you hadn't met me, you wouldn't have Maria.
Girl, are you serious?
Promise you, Tara. I will keep her safe.
How you just gonna lay it down like that? You know, that explains why she's so on his dick like that.
It looks like.
Where the fuck is the old man?
How you gonna bark, and then get your ass beat immediately? These people don't give a f. They said I am drunk and I don't give a damn.
I'm Just.
Just who?
Just Belmont. Your grandfather.
He got inches though. Whoever is in charge of like the background designs, the environmental designs in this show, y'all deserve a raise. Like, this show is absolutely beautiful. All right, I guess we're gonna move on to episode 6 and the last episode for today's video. Oh, she looks so good with the God and chariots. What the hell is happening? Oh, she comes running in on pale white horses. This big ass elaborate. Oh my god, her character design.
Fucking got me
It's
gagging.
it's your neck. It
Got
does.
me fucking gagging.
Soon there will be only darkness.
Are you planning to take out the sun? Like, what the hell's happening?
Oh yes. Exquisite.
Oh my god, I need the... who worked on the visuals and concepts in this show? I need it now.
You didn't want me to know I had an actual fucking grandfather living a few miles away.
No, I didn't. You might expect things from me. Advice, encouragement, birthday presents.
You're a Belmont.
Oh my god.
You're not
I'm
supposed
not
to
gonna
hide
have to
in art.
reiterate how much I
And
just
you're not
love
supposed
the
to
shot
kill
compositions in the
vampires for
show.
money.
Evil will always win, Richter. Whatever it is, evil. And it's everywhere.
Well, thanks for that,
It will always
Granddad.
be stronger than us. No one around you is safe.
Okay, we get it. We get this. God damn. Coming to you was like the worst
Why are you here
decision.
then?
Oh, are you gonna try and comfort him now that you made him cry?
Yes!
I love the reference to like the song that her mom like sang to her, like just different like versions of that theme like played in her scenes. I just love that. This girl. Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
The Belmont boy turned out to be useless as fuck.
I mean, I wouldn't say useless.
Ran away.
Everyone starts by running away, Annette.
How can you possibly compare that? I came here for guidance. If these are my ancestors, Cecile, they're just a babble. Noise. They're no match for some ancient Egyptian devil god.
They're only a babble.
Aren't you a
because
descendant
they
from a
all
god
want
too?
listening. Evil, violence, and oppression everywhere.
I like the difference between this and then the previous scene. It's two completely opposite things.
And your grandmother, who watched this ship sail, weeping and pulling her hair. But they go back.
Please don't.
Beyond them and beyond them. Back to the source, to the Iwa of Ogun. Learn to hear your ancestors. There is light in this darkness.
No notes. No notes for that scene. That was a 10 out of 10. I love that scene. Oh my god, is that one of my favorite scenes in the entire show so far?
Why was the Belmont boy so afraid of you?
I lived a long time as human and vampire, but I've only really loved once. He was from my little town in Massachusetts, if you've ever heard of that.
She killed the gay, bury your gays.
But he wasn't a colonist. He was proud to be Mohican, with roots deep in the land and forest. Could win this thing called freedom. Even people like him. People whose land had been stolen, I mean. Like mine was. Oh, so long ago. But he fought with them. The revolutionaries, he fought with them.
Because he was a vampire. And you did that to him. Did you even ask permission?
I was in love with him. I wanted him to be with me forever.
I mean, that's a little
And is
possessive.
that what you have planned for me?
Of course not, Miss Rack. I'm not in love with you. Do you remember who you were?
Yes, get through to them.
Do they know? All of them. Do they know?
Of course not.
Ashamed to tell them, are you? Why? I mean, you're a priest, so you're supposed to keep it in your pants.
Oh.
But everyone knows most priests don't.
Clock that speed. Clock that speed. Clock that speed, bitch. What?
Oh, for God, was it? And you ignored me my whole life.
I haven't ignored you, Maria. That you're a witch.
I mean, that's
But I
obvious.
protected you anyway.
You're not seriously accusing me of black magic.
I mean, is that not what you do?
Join me. Through me, Maria.
Do they not realize that they're all going to suffer and die?
They said they were doing it for their god. Sometimes their king too, but always their god.
Have courage. There is light in this darkness.
Standing guard over me. Do you accept it now as your fate?
Oh.
No.
Period. Not them having a revolution inside of it. Oh, I love that.
I was a terrible father.
And a terrible grandfather, apparently.
Truth about yourself.
Well, I'm glad you're facing the truth of yourself after you've ruined so many people's lives. I mean, that's fine.
Are you going to beg for his life first?
Hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
You can't kill him. He has plot armor. Right. Okay, Dragon Ball Z. Jesus. Oh, come on, anime transformation scene. It's so interesting that his flames are blue because, like, he hasn't used, oh, he's cool now. He hasn't used, like, I was about to say firebending. He hasn't used that since, like, he was a kid, right?
The fucking...
Is this anime?
Yes. That's probably all it is.
And then like the blue flames dancing across the sea. Oh my god. I can't stress enough just how beautiful this show is. Like, Jesus. Okay, so that was episodes 5 and 6, and honestly, I wanted to talk first about, I love the differences between Richter's like family thing and Annette's family thing. How there was like that difference, like how one was just so much more positive and one was like so much more dystopian, negative, kind of like defeatist in a way. And I think that that's a very interesting thing that we can see going forward with both of their characters. And because of that and a few other scenes that we've seen Annette in, I think she might end up being like this kind of more positive, more hopeful kind of character that kind of represents hope and light for the group going forward. I love that her mentor figure was able to kind of reason with her and explain to her, you know, yeah, like it's not just muffles, you know, like you can, you know, hear your ancestors and everything if you're open to listening to them and, you know, opening yourself up to that. You know, if you sit down, clear mind, and actually listen to them, like you will be able to hear them. And it's so interesting because it's an important part in real life witchcraft for, you know, witches that dabble in, you know, ancestral magic, have ancestral altars and everything, that, you know, being able to connect with them and opening your mind up and clearing your mind out, that way you can hear them. And like I said, I think that scene might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite entirely out of this season so far. Oh my god, it was so beautiful, beautifully animated. I love the dialogue. I just love seeing her mentor figure again, by the way. But also just how like that plays into Annette's spirituality and everything, her connection to her ancestors. I just love so much about that scene. I love the dialogue. I love how like she came in with this problem of, I am feeling, you know, like angry and I like very like dystopian in a way, and then she came out of that a lot more hopeful and everything, which like I said, I think we're going to see more of with her character going forward. I also love that Annette was able to kill her former slave owner. Yes, love that for her. I find it interesting that Richter is so powerful when it comes to his magic. It's like really cool and all, and I love that for him, but I'm just a little confused because the last time that we've seen, that at least that we as the audience so far have seen him use his power, the last time that happened was when he was a kid, and you know, his magic was pretty weak at that point. So I'm just kind of wondering how exactly he went from not using magic for like a long, like probably like at least a decade, I'm guessing, to like him like being so overpowered. That also just feels like, I don't know how many other seasons are gonna do with this show, so I don't know if this is just a one season thing or I don't know. But how are they going to, like, because he was extremely powerful, how are they going to explain to the audience why he shouldn't just, even he himself alone, just going up and just murking all the vampires? Like, I mean, I'm glad that he was able to, you know, get back in touch with his, like, you know, magical side and everything. I just wish that it wouldn't have popped off so hard. I love the way it was animated. I really do. It was so cool, but it's also just a little much for 5 episodes in and you just got your power magic back. So I'm just interested to see how they're gonna do that. I might change my opinion going forward, but not entirely the biggest fan of how they like did that. I think it would have been better if they had like growing pain moments of like, yeah, he had his I'm him moment, but like, I don't know, they might do something different or like explain why he was so powerful, you know, later. So I reserve too much of my judgment for that. Elizabeth is also such an interesting character. She hasn't done much so far, but I am loving her design. I'm loving just everything, well, not everything, but at least design-wise and even some of her energy. I do genuinely think she's such a cool character, and I love how they portray her as the goddess that she is by having her come in on that like glowing white chariot with the gold trimmings. It was so detailed and intricate, and literally riding in on the pale white horse. Like, I don't know, it's just and that's also another thing, because she is a goddess essentially, correct? And it's been like we know that Annette descends from the god of Iron and War, so I'm wondering if they're gonna have any connection with that, and like if they're gonna interact or, you know, butt heads, or like I don't know. I'm interested to see if there's any connection between those two characters. I love to see that, and I'm so glad that we have someone like Edouard, a man on the inside that is able to kind of get through to these other night creatures and be like, hey, you know, like, do you remember who you are? Like please remember your previous, like, do you want to be doing this? And it seems like they're gonna be Edouard's getting them from the inside. I love that. And also the storytelling with people of color in this show is so like they're the most interesting and fleshed out characters, at least to me, because they don't shy away from talking about a lot of like the more darker aspects of, like, you know, being a person of color in, you know, what would be during the French Revolution and everything. They don't shy away from talking about their cultures, their beliefs, their spirituality, their histories, their like relationship with, you know, white colonists and white settlers, and the atrocities that were committed like by these colonists and everything. I don't know, it's like, and like the idea of like the slave revolution, where it's just like, you know, we must abandon the god of the whites, and like at the end of the day, the French people, the white people, are going to be fighting for their own like freedom, and they're going to leave us behind. Like, we have to work, like we have to come within ourselves. And I just think it's so interesting just how they're able to talk about these things and make stories it just makes the story so much more interesting and everything. I just love it. The commentary about sexuality in regards to religion, the churches, the priests and the popes and everything. And then I just think it was so funny, like her, like Maria being the daughter of old boy. It's, oh my god, that was like, imagine him being your father. I'd be pissed off too, girl. I'm not even gonna blame you. But yeah, I think that's the majority of the thoughts that I have so far in these couple of episodes. I'm very interested to see where the story goes going forward. I'm even more hyped because now I'm like really getting into it. The characters are so interesting. I'm absolutely loving what they're having so far, and I'm once again gonna talk about that god level animation and like just the art direction in this show is just so freaking cool. I love it so much. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, if you indeed still are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.